Paying banker. What do you mean by paying banker? The banker who makes the payment on the check is known as a paying banker. Okay, so paying banker means the banker will accept the check and give the money. Is called as a paying banker. He is also known as a Dravi banker. He is also one of the name is called as a which one here? Dravi banker. Whenever the banker accept the deposit from the public and these deposits are repayable to the customers on demand. Yes. What is the duty of the bank here? He accept the money from the customer and he give the money to the customer. If he is needy, he can give in the loan. In the demand, he can provide the money to the customer. So the demand should be made by the customer in the proper form. The demand should be in the proper form. For example, by giving the check, he can accept the money here. For repayment of deposit, demand should be made by the customer. In other words, for repayment of deposit, customer should present the check. It is the obligation of the banker to honor the customer check drawn on him for making the payment. When the banker makes the payment against the check, such banker is known as the paying banker. When the banker accepts the check and pay the money, that banker is called as a what here? Paying banker. According to the section 31 and the negotiable instrument 81 also says that when the banker accept the check and give the money is called as a what here? Paying banker. So there are certain procedures are there for giving the payment on the check. Let us see. When the customer check is presented at the counter of the paying the banker, the check issue the presenter of a check a metallic token bearing the name of the bank and the serial number. The check thereafter passes through the ledger keeper. The account too verifies the signature and passes for the payment and ultimately reaches the teller, cashier, who makes the payment of the token holders. So when the check given to the banker, he will give you the what here? A token number, a serial number to the receiver of a check. Then afterwards he will call the name of that person and that person will go and accept the money from the cashier. It is the what here? One of the procedure for the payment of a check here. Certain precautions have to be taken by the paying the banker. So what are those precautions? We will see here. So first one, proper form. So the customer, when the customer present the check for payment, it should be in a proper form. Okay, it should contain the name, details, date, and whom to pay, account number, everything. It should be in the proper form. Next, presentment of a check at an office where the act is maintained. So the check should be presented by the customer at the proper place. It means that the check should be presented for the payment in the branch account is mentioned. For example, if you are giving the check of a SBI, so SBI branches are lot of are there. You can provide the check to the branch. Which branch the name is indicated? Gandhinagar. So we can come to the Gandhinagar and exchange a check for the money here. So sufficient fund. When you are giving the check, you please check it whether the fund is available in your account or what. So then you can give you the check. The fund must be properly applicable. For example, the fund must be properly applicable for the payment of the check, because the customer may give the various account in different capabilities. Example, personal account and trust account, and even funds are developed by the specific purpose. In such cases, such fund is not applicable for the payment of the check. For example, the person having a different types of account, he should be verified that which account, from the which account he is given the check. If it is the personal business, means he should give the personal account check. If it is a trust business, means he should give the trust check. So this type of a rule should be followed at the fund must be properly applicable here. Drawer's signature. So here the signature is very important. So what the spaceman signature is there in at the time of the opening of that account, that signature should be followed in the piece of a check. Next, date of the check. It is very important. When you are giving the check or when you are taking the check, you should verify the date of the check. The amount of a check. The amount of a check is very important. It should be written in the words and it should be mentioned the numbers also. Presentment on the business day and hours. It should be in the working hours of a banking. The check should be presented. Open or cross check. Please check it is if it is open or it is a cross check. Endorsement. At the time of presenting of a check, you should verify the signature of the receiver of a check here. Material alteration. If anything get altered, it should have the signature of a check giver. No legal restriction. The check should not contain any legal restrictions. If any conditions, legal restrictions have been contained by that check, it is automatically dishonored by the whom? By the banker. Multi-dated checks. The check should contain only one date. Okay. If it contains any multi-dated check, the check will be dishonored by the banker here.